fundamental unit of life. We will cover the following topics in this video. First, we will know what is cell. After that, we will know about the cell theory. Then after, we will learn about types of organisms. We will also study the types of cells. The structural organization of a cell will also be studied in this video. We will learn about the cell organelles, their composition and function, and lastly, we will know some important definitions. So, let's start with our first topic. The very first thing that comes to our mind before starting the chapter, what is cell? Well, cell is the basic, structural and functional unit of life, discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665. It means a cell is capable of independent existence and can carry out all the functions which are necessary for a living being. Unicellular organisms are capable of independent existence, which shows a cell's capability to exist independently like an amoeba. The cell theory. The theory states that all the plants and animals are composed of cells and the cell is the basic unit of life. Was presented by two biologists, Sladen and Schwann. After this, theory was further expanded by Virchow, suggesting that all cells arise from pre-existing cells. Types of organisms. On the basis of number of cells, organisms are of two types. They are unicellular organisms. These organisms are single-celled which perform all the functions. Example, amoeba, bacteria. Number 2. Multicellular organism. Organisms made up of more than one cell which perform different functions in the body and also form various body parts. Example, fungi, plants, animals. Now, we will study about the types of cells. In this chapter, we will only have to study about the cells on the basis of presence of nuclear membrane and organelles. Cells are of two types. They are prokaryotic cells, cells in which the nuclear material is not enclosed by nuclear membrane and membrane-bound cell organelle are absent. The organism possesses these kind of cells is known as prokaryotes. The second one is eukaryotic cells. Cells having well-defined nucleus and membrane bound cell organelle is termed as eukaryotic cell. The organism possesses these kind of cell is known as eukaryote. The eukaryotic cell are of two types. They are plant cell and animal cell. Now, we are going to differentiate between the characteristic of these cells. Cell wall and plastid are present in plant cell while it is absent in animal cell. Vacuoles are present and large in size, approximately 50% to 90% cell volume in plant cell, but in animal cell, mostly vacuoles are absent or in small size. Centrioles are present in animal cell while it is absent in plant cell. Centrosomes is present with one or two centrioles, but in the case of plant cell, centrosome is absent. The structural organization of a cell. Basically, all the cells have three basic cell components, which are plasma membrane, nucleus, and cytoplasm. All activities inside the cell and interaction of the cell with its environment are possible due to these features. Let's see how. Plasma membrane or cell membrane. This is the outermost covering of the cell that separates the content of the cell from its external environment. It is flexible and is made up of organic molecules called lipids and proteins. It allows or permits the entry and exit of some material in and out of the cell, so the cell membrane is called a selectively permeable membrane. Cell wall. The cell wall is another rigid outer covering. Lies outside the plasma membrane made up of cellulose. Cellulose is a complex substance which provides structural strength to plants. It permits the cell of plant, fungi, and bacteria to withstand very dilute media without bursting. Now, we will talk about nucleus. What is nucleus and what are its functions? Nucleus is known as the brain of the cell, as it controls all the activities of the cell. If we examine a nucleus under microscope, we found a double-layered covering called nuclear membrane. The membrane has pores which allow the transfer of material from inside the nucleus to the cytoplasm. The nucleus contains chromosomes which are visible as rod-shaped structure only when the cell is about to divide. Chromosomes contain information for inheritance of features from parents to next generation in form of DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid molecules. Chromosomes are composed of DNA and protein. Functionally, nucleus plays a central role in cellular reproduction, control all the activities of cell by determining and directing the chemical activities of the cell. Lastly, we will talk about cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is